What's going on, guys? Alex here with TFL Bike. I'm in LA, and as you can see, I have quite the lineup behind me. So in this video, I just kind of wanted to give you a rundown of what's going on this week on the channel, show you what I've got behind me, and yeah, just give you a little sneak peek. So let's take a look. So yeah, riding season in Colorado is almost here. It kind of is here. Hopefully we don't have any more snowstorms, but we'll see. Typical Colorado weather. But we figured we'd fly out to LA in the meantime, line up some bikes, and start giving you guys some awesome content. So this is just a little bit of what's going on this week. There's more bikes that aren't here that we're going to be covering, but I wanted to just kind of show you what's going on here. So let's just work our way down the line. The first bike here is from Honda. It's the new CBR 600RR. Honda revised this bike for 2021, made it look like the 1000RR. Most of the tweaks were somewhat minor. It's not a fully overhauled bike, but it is really good looking, and I'm super stoked to be able to ride it. So yeah, just taking a look here, we can see you've kind of got that 1000RR inspired front end. Same thing with the paint scheme. Ton of these carbon bits everywhere, which is really cool. So you've got this whole side piece, as well as surrounding the exhaust. Not sure, doubt the real carbon actually, but I like the look of it. Some people hate fake carbon. And then over here we have the exhaust. I love how it dumps out right under the taillight. That's a pretty cool design there. So yeah, we've got Showa forks up front. Pretty standard 600 setup, honestly. That's the cool part right there. Revs out to 17K on the dash. That's pretty cool. So yeah, this will be on TFL Bike very shortly. These all will be on TFL Bike very shortly. But there's the 600RR from Honda. This one I'm pretty curious about, and I'll tell you why in 1 second, but this is the Rebel 1100 from Honda. So Honda's been selling the Rebel for forever, but they decided to, well, they've been selling the 300 and 500, the new ones, for the past couple of years. The Rebel is a really old nameplate, but there was never a big Rebel to really satisfy those people who maybe started on a 300 or 500 and wanted to go into something with more power after, you know, a year or two. So that's exactly what this is. 1100cc motor, all blacked out, which is really cool. You've got kind of this gray metallic tank, but so many black components on this bike. It looks like a Midnight Rider or something like that. It's super cool. So yeah, super stoked to check that out. Let me show you the dash, because I really like the way the dash looks. Keys down here on the side. I am not used to that at all. But let's see here. There we go. I think that's a pretty cool looking dash up front. It's nice and big, shows you what you need. And yeah, I always love the white on black appearance for any kind of motorcycle dash. It really does it for me. So yep, that's that. And then if you notice, I told you I was gonna, you know, tell you why I was super excited to ride this. It's a DCT. I've never ridden a DCT before, so we'll see how that goes. I'm really curious about it. So yeah, there's the Rebel 1100 DCT. Next up is something that's going to make Tommy really jealous. This is the new Trail 125. Also just came out this year, so all three of these Hondas are actually brand new. But yeah, we have been really excited about this bike ever since we started our Barn Find series, where we pulled out 2 Trail 90s and kind of fixed them up a little bit, got them running, and rode them around David's property at the Happy Yak Ranch. Ever since that, we've been itching to get on one of these, and finally we have the opportunity. It's a bummer Tommy couldn't ride it, because I know he has been drooling over this bike. In person, when it pulled up off the trailer, I was shocked at how bright the paint was. Online, it always looks a little more dull, and I thought it was more of like a deep metallic red, but it is super bright and looks really cool. I'm loving the exhaust shield on this side. I think the silver really goes well. It's kind of that matte silver finish. But yeah, super stoked to ride this one. This uses the old engine out of the Grom, the previous gen Grom, same engine that's currently in the Monkey and the Super Cub. So 125cc air-cooled 4-speed transmission. This has a semi-automatic transmission, so heel and, I did that backwards, toe and heel shifter, no clutch. So yeah, super excited to ride this. I wish we could have gotten it in Colorado. because LA is not the ideal spot for this, but I'll find somewhere cool to take it. So yeah, there's the Trail 125. Lastly, I just wanted to show you how massive this rear cargo rack was. I saw pictures of it. I didn't realize it would be this big in person, but that's really cool. Max load, it says, is 44 pounds. So wish that was a little heavier, but I'm sure people are going to put all kinds of cargo racks on here. It even looks like there's maybe some Honda accessories because we have these threaded holes right here. But yeah, I would throw a basket on here, and that'd be a great little around town bike, you know, in Boulder or whatever, and then take it out on the trail on the weekends. So pretty cool. It does have ABS too. And then we come to the two Yamahas in the group, which are also new models. So we've got 5 new models here. This one's been out for a little while, but this one's brand new. This is the 2021 MT09, 3rd generation MT09. If you have been watching our channel a lot, you might know that I currently own a 2nd gen MT09, a 2019. So obviously I was, you know, probably out of the whole bunch, most excited to test this one out because it's what I personally own. I put about 70 miles on it so far. The rest of them, I haven't really ridden much. That's tomorrow's plan. But so far, initial impressions of this, when I first did the press release video, I thought it was a redesign with, you know, Euro 5 emissions and some slight added features. But I will tell you, it rides like a completely different bike. And I am very used to my MT09 that I have back in Colorado. So stay tuned for the full review so you can see exactly what I'm talking about how it rides. But yeah, tons of tech. It's got a 6-axis IMU. It's got wheelie control, slide control, TFT dash. Let's boot that up for you there. Really good looking TFT dash. A little bit on the small side, but that's okay. Still looks pretty good. And they ditched the pumpkin style turn signals. Finally, everyone's been complaining about that. So you've got some LED units on there now. And what else? We've got a normal rear fender instead of the tire hugger that came on the previous gen. New swing arm, new frame, new motor. Tons of stuff to go over on this bike. But you'll have to wait for the full review. I will say I'm loving the color scheme. I wasn't a huge fan of the old ice fluo, I think is what they called it, the matte white with similar color rims to these. This I'm really liking. I think it's storm fluo, but don't quote me on that. I just think this like flat gray with the light blue and the orangey red is a really good looking combo. But yep, there's that. And then lastly, the Tenera 700. Case put, I don't know, probably about 40 miles on this yesterday, and he was really happy when he got off the bike. So yeah, I'll have a full review on this coming up soon. Haven't ridden it yet, but if my experience is anything like Case's, I'm sure I'm really gonna like it. So this, of course, is an adventure bike from Yamaha, uses their CP2 parallel twin, a motor I'm very familiar with because I owned a FZ07 for a while. So yeah, I'm excited to try this out. I really love the dash on this bike. It's got that vertical rally style dash with this accessory mount bar here for a GPS or whatever else you want to put. And I just think the front end look of this is really cool. The way they did the headlight kind of with a clear lens, and it looks like one piece. I don't know, it's funky, but I really like it. So you've got this windscreen and then these side clear panels, and from afar it looks like just one massive piece of windscreen. So I am really excited to ride all of these. We've got some really cool bikes lined up. Awesome adventure bike from Yamaha, MT09, which I'm super curious about because it's a super popular bike and I own one myself. The Trail, we've been talking about for months, ever since we pulled those out of the barn, so super excited on that. Really curious to try out a DCT and just a motorcycle in general that I am not used to. This is definitely not the style of bike I gravitate towards buying, but excited to ride it. And then a classic 600. So see what Honda's got in store this year with their new 600. Interesting that Honda refreshed their 600 the same year that Yamaha killed their 600. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I just wanted to give you a little behind the scenes look of what we've got lined up. Like I said, these are not the only 5 bikes that we're taking a look at here. Left the key on this one. these are not the only 5 bikes that I am reviewing while I'm here. Case and I did some Ducatis the other day, just got done filming some Kawasaki's. So yeah, we'll have plenty to choose from in the coming weeks on TFL Bike. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to head on over to TFLbike.com so you don't miss anything in the motorcycle world, and stay tuned to this channel. Make sure you subscribe and like this video so that you are never gonna miss out on any of these reviews right here. And also let me know down in the comments, is there anything specific you wanna see with these bikes? Because I'll be more than happy to, well, I don't know that I'll do whatever you tell me, but I'll be more than happy to read through them and use my own judgment. So thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.